Hi, my name's Doug. Today on To Learn the Facts, we are going to talk about the walrus. So, obviously, this is a walrus. Okay. But have you ever wondered when you look at a walrus, why does it look the way it looks? Like, why does it have those long tusks? Which, if you don't know the differences, you can check my video on the differences between tusks, horns, and antlers. But back on this. Why are they so blubbery? Why do they have these whiskers on them? And, in general, what do they eat? Well, first off, they eat clams. Which, they're clams. They live on the ocean floor. So they have to swim down to get them. Remember, these are mammals. They don't breathe water, just to mention. They're not fish. But anyways, this is what they use for. So first, let's talk about the tusks. The tusks, they use their tusks to slide on the ocean floor like skis. Like skis that you use to slide down a mountain. Then the whiskers they use to feel to find clams. Think about their whiskers as like fingers. Their whiskers move around a lot, kind of like fingers do, so they help them find these clams. Just one tiny problem. Clam shells are really hard, so how are they supposed to get to the good, delicious, scrumptious, marvelous inside? Well, that's where its lips come in. So its lips, they're super strong. When I mean super strong, I mean strong. So they can do the clam in one slurp. One slurp. Amazing fact. In one sitting, they can eat over 5,000. That's a 5 with 3 zeros at the end. And they'll still be eating. That's very hungry. Anyways, next is their blubbery blubber, which, blubber. So blubber is basically a way they stay warm. Have you ever heard the 3 Fs? The 3 Fs tell how creatures that live in the cold places stay warm. It's either fur, feathers, or fat. In this case, it's fat, or blubber in this case. So the blubber helps them stay warm in this chilly place so they can find their food. Because if we were to go there, we would be frozen in minutes. Okay, so next is their head. Say you're a walrus and you just swim around and you eat some clams, but there's a thick layer of ice. And remember, they're not fish, so they can't breathe out of the water. Because, after 13 minutes without air, they become very weak. And after 20, they drown. Which is actually pretty impressive because we can survive 1 minute without air. So pretty impressive. Anyways, back to the facts. So anyways, if there's a thick layer of ice, say 8 inches. 8 inches? Do you know how thick that is? 8 inches is enough to hold a 2.5 ton truck. That's this truck on 8 inches of ice without breaking. Heavy. So, using their heads, I don't mean smart, I mean literally using their heads, they bush out of the ice. Bushing over 8 inches of ice. Wow. That's some strong heads. Wink, wink. Anyways, also, you might be wondering, where do these random walruses live? Auden, tell us. Well, they live in the Bering Sea, which is way up north in the Pacific. Also, another really cool fact, the most iconic thing of walruses are their tusks. Tusks. But as babies or pups, they have no tusk. No tusks. So, so they developed them over time. Well, anyway, that ends this video about walruses. Thank you for chatting out to learn the fact. Actually, I forgot one thing. So they look the way they look, which is fairly weird, because that's how they eat. And I look the way I do, because that's how I eat. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta eat this banana. Thank you for joining to learn the fact all about walruses. Now, if you excuse me, gotta eat, gotta beat.